Hello everyone, I am Mecha Random 42, your favorite YouTube harpy. We got some Spider-Man news. No, this don't worry. Don't worry. They're not making Spider-Man. Yeah, no, they're not changing him. I've read through the article. We're just going to talk about kind of the message behind this a little bit. So Tom Holland is open to a gay Spider-Man and agrees MCU needs more than just straight white guys. Marvel Studio boss Kevin Feige has promised LGBTQ characters. You forgot the plus. I'm just kidding. I don't care. As a LGBT person myself, I'm like, don't just put me in a little label. Please don't. It's just, I'm more than who I sleep with, right? Like 9 times out of 10, I'm talking about guitars and Star Trek and music and stuff and Spider-Man and whatever else I'm talking about. We're more than just this little checkbox in the little diversity representation bingo card that they have in the studio. You know, the focus groups that they do, and like the studio execs, they're like, okay, do you have this and this and this and this? It's like when they have, and an action scene, and we stop and talk, and action, and stop and it's the same stuff. It's all formulaic anymore. At least it is to me. It feels like that to me. Tom Holland, I can't be mad at him. He's doing such a great job as Spider-Man, and he's such an... You saw the thumbnail. I used that for a reason, because holy crap, he was kind of entertaining as hell in the Rihanna Umbrella song that he sang on the lip sync battle. He starts out coming off singing in the rain. He's dancing. He's a performer. He's an entertainer, right? He's a people pleaser. A lot of these actors are, except for some certain Captain Marvel sort of actors here and there. This guy, he's a performer. He starts out, he does singing in the rain, then the music changes, and he starts dancing and singing Umbrella in the costume you guys saw. This guy's a performer, right? So here we go. Let's take a look at this, what he says. Will Peter Parker come out as gay in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Probably not, considering his blossoming relationship with MJ, played by Zendaya. But it's an idea that actor Tom Holland would wholeheartedly embrace. In a new interview with the Sunday Times, Holland said he'd be open to his Marvel superhero coming out as gay, and agreed with the overwhelming sentiment that the Marvel Cinematic Universe needs to start getting more inclusive on the LGBTQ front as soon as possible. That's not the words he used. That's not the words he used. Right? Also, I would kind of want to see it, because when I did my live review of Spider-Man, right after I saw it, I had somebody in my chat calling me every name under the sun because I didn't flip out over Zendaya being the love interest. She's not Mary Jane. She's Michelle. Alright? Isn't it Michelle? It's something like that. I only saw the first one time in the theater. I really liked the first one, the Spider-Man Homecoming, and I liked this one too. I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. So yeah, I kind of want to see a gay Spider-Man just to piss off that one person, because that's the type of person that I am. Because if somebody's going to be mad at me for not being offended about a movie, like, it's a movie. It's a movie. It's there to entertain us, right? So here he says, yeah, of course, Holland answered when asked if he'd be okay with with Spider-Man being gay, right? He didn't say as soon as possible. He didn't say any of that. The overwhelming sentiment. This is all you. This is all on who wrote this. Zach Sharf. That's all on you. This overwhelming, right? They probably just says, "Hey, would you be okay with Peter Parker, Spider-Man being gay?" He's like, "Yeah, of course, whatever," because he's today people. He's. How do I put this? Most people don't have problems with gay, color, whatever, right? Gender, any of that. Most people just care, is it a good story? Is it entertaining? Right? That being said, Peter Parker and Spider-Man, there are certain tropes that you want. He's got to have an Aunt May. He's got to have his Uncle Ben dead. He's got to have a few steps he takes. So they're not going to change it anyway that drastically, especially when we're already seeing him in love with a girl. I mean, it's already established. So this is such a non-issue. This is just virtue signaling for whoever asked him the question, and now every newspaper is jumping on it, and that's all this is. That's all this is to me, right? So he says, yeah, of course. when asked if he'd be okay with being Spider-Man, or with Spider-Man being gay. I can't talk about the future of the character because honestly, I don't know, and it's out of my hands. But I do know a lot about the future of Marvel, and they're going to be representing lots of different people in the next few years, which we know, and some of these characters, I don't even care at this point, like what color some of these are. If that's the only thing that's interesting about you, maybe maybe you have a problem, right? If the studios, that's the biggest thing. If the studios think that that's the most interesting part of a person, then that's the problem. And if the next Spider-Man movie is marketed as, this is a representation piece, this is to virtue signal, this is the diversity stunt casting stuff, rather than just kind of adapting to the time. There's a huge difference between actually diversity stunt casting and just adapting to the times. Right? What they're doing with The Little Mermaid is just to get us yelling at each other on Twitter. Them changing out the character of Mary Jane to MJ so they could cast somebody who would be a little bit more representative of a high school, right? Of a New York City high school, especially in today. Even in like the 70s. Come on, look at Welcome Back Kotter. Look at Welcome Back Kotter. You had a Puerto Rican Jew, you had the black guy, you had the Italian guy, you had the God, what was Horshack? Was he supposed to be Polish or something? Yeah, you had a good little ethnic, diverse little group, right? That's always the case, and that's kind of that's where I go with like New York high school, even though it's Brooklyn. Same little area. That's where I go. You know, you're not gonna have in a melting pot like that. It's just unlikely to have an entire white cast, and that's what people are upset about. I think. I don't know. I think that's what they're upset about. Holland added, the world isn't as simple as a straight white guy. It doesn't end there, and these films need to represent more than one type of person. They already do. And he's saying something. He's saying a very diplomatic answer that's not going to piss off a lot of people, I don't think. Except the way this other part is worded here. Accept this as soon as possible, blah, 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 blah. You're spinning your narrative on what you want to be said and the way you want it worded to just, hey, whatever, there's more than one type of person in the world. And yeah, I mean, and they already do. We've got Black Panther, we've got, you had gay representation in Endgame, right? You have all this anyway. And we've always had this in film, like for what, 50 years, right? You had Halle Berry as Catwoman, for crying out loud. Yes, I know, that's DC. Yes, I know. But still, we've always had diversity. We've always had this sort of representation. It's just now, lately, everybody's angry at each other. Everyone's on Twitter calling each other racist. So everybody has to prove how not racist they are with what they say. And that's all this really, really is, in my opinion, right? Yeah, Marvel Studios President Kevin Feige has already gone on record saying the next phase of Marvel films will include first openly gay character. We haven't been shy about saying that. That's coming, and there's much more prominent LGBT heroes in the future. LGBTQ, whatever. I'm just waiting for people to jump on, he forgot the Q, or this guy forgot the plus, right? Because that's what kind of world we're living. We're just out there to be offended by everything. And the more we just say, we don't care, and stop being offended by this, I think the happier we're going to be, and the more they're going to stop doing this crap. And then we can just sit back and laugh like, hey, you care about something so stupid? What's wrong with you, right? What's wrong with you? Because you guys are all smart. That's why you're on my channel. You're smart, you're intelligent, you know that there's more to a person than who they sleep with or the color of their skin or any of this stupid crap. I say that all the time. And you know that too. And he's such a cutie. I like him as Spider-Man. He's adorable. That was never meant to be our first focused character, Feige said about the backlash. The backlash of the Endgame. I skipped a paragraph. The MCU got a bit of blowback earlier this year over the release of Endgame, which included a rather inconsequential... No, they didn't. They really didn't get blowback, right? You had one stupid troll edit out all the quote-unquote gay stuff and all of the... every woman in the movie, which is kind of hilarious, actually. Somebody did it to troll. Somebody did that for the lulz, right? You had 12 people download that edit who were actually upset or just out of curiosity. I didn't download it because I don't care. I just thought it was kind of hilarious and I made a video about it. No, there really wasn't any backlash that they had a gay character. There was more backlash that it wasn't one of the main characters, that wasn't like Cap and Bucky, or, you know, it wasn't somebody more, I don't know, main character-y. It was just some side character that nobody cared about, you know, some cameo. So he says that was never meant to be our first focused character. That was just meant to be a matter of fact and a matter of life and a matter of truth. That was never to be looked at as our first hero. I guess it's first reference, so it does, of course, get a lot of attention. And it's the media doing it, too. It's the media doing it. You know, if filmmakers are genuinely trying to make characters people, real people with real lives that you really come across, right? I worked retail. There's pretty much every guy there was a gay guy. All right, department stores. You have drag queens at the makeup counter. All right, there's nothing I care about less than who you sleep with. If you're a nice person to me and you say good morning to me every day and you're not a pain in the ass to work with, you're my friend, right? This shit doesn't matter. We don't care about this shit, right? This is just to get clicks on their websites, and this is a news story that's going around all over the place, right? This is just him being a sweetie saying, yeah, what does it matter? Who cares, right? Tell me what you guys think in the comments section below. I am Mecha Random 42, PO Box 1566, Loveland, Colorado 80539. I will see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!